Hi, my name's Brian Hay. I'm the Chief Executive of Cardinal Maritime Group of Companies. We're based in Manchester. We employ 150 people and our annualised turnover is around about 50 million for 2013. We've been a client of Allens for 6 years now, and prior to appointing Allens as our accountant, we held a bit of a beauty contest to see what suited our business in terms of professional advice, in respect of fiscal management, audit advice, etc. We interviewed around about 6 companies, ranging from small to medium-sized accountancy practices right up to the top 4. What we liked most about Allens was the cultural fit with our own business, Cardinal Maritime. Importantly, the accessibility to partners, which has been fulfilled in terms of the offer that was made to Cardinal Maritime. And obviously the geographic location, but certainly the cultural fit was key to the appointment of Allens as our audit partner and accountants advisor. In the 6 years that we've worked with Allens accountants, the range of advice has been quite considerable. Recently we were advised about a research and development initiative which enabled the business to obtain a refund in the order of around about £80,000. Further to that, we recently purchased a building in Sharston. It cost us around about £2 million, and against that acquisition there was a capital allowances grant available to us that we'd not otherwise known about, but that afforded the business a £250,000 reclaim against our tax, which was very welcome. In the course of dealings with Allens accountants, we've been recommended to a number of their client portfolio, which has subsequently generated good business for Cardinal Maritime. And this has been achieved through a number of networking events or just more direct introductions, which has been very welcome. We've reciprocated that goodwill by recommending a number of businesses to Allens accountants, and will continue to do so in the future. We certainly believe that Allens accountants is a good home for any business, certainly in the northwest of England. And when trust is in short supply these days, certainly the trust is within Allens accountants. Cardinal Maritime over the years have used Allens in a number of different ways. Initially it was for audit advice, and that was very welcome and professionally advised. But we were a fast-growing business, and around about 5 years ago, I think we were suffering from what many fast-growing businesses go through in terms of growing pains, and we probably lost sight of our fiscal management, not in a negative way. We've always been profitable, and there's a real positive in that. But it's certainly a sales-led organisation, and the partner that was closest to us at the time was Simon Lee, and was able to spot that perhaps the wheel was coming off a little bit, and he introduced some professional advice that sat alongside our own financial director, just to introduce some fiscal regimes that allowed us to keep our focus on financial management as well as the important aspects of growing your business. Determining which accountancy practice to appoint was key to how we see the vision for our own business. I myself come from a sales and marketing led background, and I was certainly aware of the fact that if there was a vulnerability within the business, it was in respect to fiscal management. We've always been profitable. We've grown turnover year on year organically by 25% year on year. It's a good news story. But I realised early on that if we were about to appoint an accountancy firm that was perhaps from the top 4 or even maybe the top 10, would I have the direct relationship to the partner that I needed if there's a vulnerability on my part in terms of accountancy understanding and fiscal management? So it was evident early on that we needed a business that culturally understood me as an individual, my business in terms of its growth and direction. And I genuinely believe that Allens differentiates itself in its accessibility to partners in a way that other accountancy practices just don't. So my own relationship with Allens has evolved from being a corporate client to now being a personal client of Allens in respect of their wealth management division. And recently I've received advice in respect to my own personal pension, which has been very helpful, and positioned my pension for the long term to achieve my own aims. And further than that, there is a passive investment scheme available within Allens, which has been incredibly useful, and certainly something that I've bought into myself. Over the years, we've recommended Allens to a number of a number of other businesses, some of which include my friends, some of which include our core client portfolio. We believe Allens is the right environment for any aspirational business in the northwest of England. I think Allens would be a good vehicle for anybody looking to sell or acquire a business. What I've found from my own experience is that the partners are so close to what's going on within that business, they've got the insight needed to help determine the important aspects of any sale, which are price, cultural fit, and also the ability for the business to fulfil the sale or acquisition. So certainly I would definitely recommend Allens for that.